Buy a mini fridge for college, get a free ice tray. Or buy a PC for college, get a free Xbox 360.
That was a commercial promoting the Xbox 360. I will now be showing you a commercial promoting the newest Xbox.
This for that, this for that, this for that, this for that. Who's the black sheep? What's the black sheep? Now know who I am or when I'm coming, so you sleep. Well, you heard the others, only still the lovers. Then of course, the choice is yours. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. I think we'll get with this, for this is where it's at. Where it's at. This for that, this for that, this for that.
As you can clearly tell, the marketing with the Xbox 360 was much more clear on the product that they were trying to sell you. They're bundling in an Xbox 360 with a Windows 7 PC. It made sense. The advertisement also had clear branding of a character from a video game blowing up the fridge and the ice tray. Something that This Is an Xbox ad lacks. But then they give you this new advertisement showing you that, look, Xbox can be played anywhere. They're not selling you one viable product like a console. They're selling you a service. They're selling you something like the Google Stadia.
Unthink the things you think are things. Free your mind at the one place for all the ways we play. Stadia!
The Google Stadia was a product that was always on a screen. All you really needed was a controller and a subscription service, but you also had to purchase the games. Something that Xbox has a one-up from the Google Stadia, and of course now, as we know, the Google Stadia has been shut down for the past few years. In my opinion, it was a bold idea that needed to be executed better. But then you're probably asking, MJ, what does this have to do with Xbox's lack of an identity? And it just goes to show you, there was no identity with the Google Stadia. They give you a screened controller. Yes, the logo looks cool, but that's all that there was. The Google Stadia had no brand identity. It didn't have any characters to associate it with, didn't have any games to associate it with, didn't have any new natural intellectual property to make it shine against its competitors like Microsoft. It was a subscription service that sold you a controller, and that was about it. And I fear that's where Microsoft is headed, because every single day it looks like they're pushing further and further away from a hardware console brand. Instead, they're going full third party, and the next piece of information I have to show you, I feel like confirms that. According to Jez Corden, Xbox will no longer have permanent console exclusives going forward, according to him. And the reason that they're not launching it multi-platform is they don't want to mandate it on teams that aren't set up for those multiplayer simultaneous releases, like South of Midnight, or like the team is working on Avowed, or like the team maybe who was working on Starfield, or like the team that was working on plenty of other games that are probably going to be coming out. But then like The Outer Worlds 2 had a team that was ready for it. id Software had a team that was ready for it. You know, Machine Games did not have a team that was ready for it, but they were announcing it ahead of its release. If true, and this is a big if, because, you know, it's just Corden, he can't be 100% right all the time. This could just be something he heard that could be like a few months old now. This could be completely false information from an insider. But if true, this is the final death blow for the Xbox console brand, because no exclusive IP or games on that brand will deliver that blow. People buy your hardware to play exclusive titles. I know a lot of people play it to play Fortnite, GTA, Call of Duty, but those people who play those games play it on PlayStation. They're already in that ecosystem. They've been there for years, ever since Xbox fumbled it with the pricing of the Xbox One and also the marketing push of the Xbox One.
Fortunately, we have a product for people who aren't able to get some form of connectivity. It's called Xbox 360.
Right. So stick with 360. That's your message if you don't, like it.
To this day, I still laugh at Don Matrick's fucking stupid ass plans with the Xbox brand. He almost killed that shit. Almost killed it. I also understand an argument that could be brought forward that Xbox is more than just a console now. They moved to mobile, they moved to PC. They're a branching path. They own Activision Blizzard. They own the majority of ZeniMax, other than the studios that they shut down. They are now a massive third-party title, and in my opinion, they have permanently bought themselves into the industry. They're literally too big to leave. Doesn't matter. Does not matter. The amount of people that they would have to lay off, the amount of people that they could sell off to. If all else fails, they could sell Activision Blizzard. They could sell the studios at ZeniMax. They could sell their Xbox game studios for a profit. There are people there who love making games. There are people and IP there that are worth billions of dollars. Their gaming investments have probably led to over $100 billion of just pure intellectual property alone. And Xbox has also been reporting record numbers for the company. We're not even going to pretend that, especially because of Activision Blizzard bringing in billions and billions of dollars with Call of Duty, with Diablo, and with plenty of other releases like Overwatch and new releases that are coming out in the years to come. And then we also have Bethesda, then we have Machine Games just releasing Indiana Jones, we have Obsidian releasing Avowed and Outer Worlds 2 next year, 2 big AAA games from one studio. Like, Obsidian is just so underrated. But while we are on the topic of Obsidian, I do want to show you guys one thing. You guys saw that, right? Xbox console exclusive. Well, here's the end of that trailer. You saw that, right? Xbox Series X, S, Windows 10 PC, and Xbox Cloud Gaming. Now I'm going to be showing you the end of the most recent trailer for The Outer Worlds 2, a game that I am excited for. If you had a quick eye and you did see the PS5 logo, you would realize that The Outer Worlds 2 was originally announced as an Xbox console exclusive and is now releasing on the PlayStation 5, their main competitor's console. More likely than not, and in my opinion, is because of sales. They're worried about sales, and of course they want to make sure that the game will sell well. That is just my opinion of it. And another opinion that I have, this is nothing but good, honestly, for PlayStation, because the people who played the first Outer Worlds, who loved the main game, who loved the DLC, now have access to the next game. They're not forced to go out and buy a box to just play the one game they want to play. They get it immediately, day one, with the rest of us. People on PC and Xbox still get it in Game Pass, and it is available to as many players as possible. But I bring this point up for a reason, that this was announced originally as an Xbox console exclusive, and now, more likely than not, because of the recent happenings of the Activision Blizzard deal that cost Xbox $70 billion and Microsoft $70 billion, they're moving towards a multi-platform system, because they realize that if they just sell the game everywhere, it doesn't matter where the game comes from. There's more potential revenue out of 20 people buying a copy on PlayStation than the one person who might buy an Xbox and then buy the copy. It makes much more sense to just let everyone play the game for maximizing revenue. Looking at it on a consumer standpoint and on a business standpoint, it's smart. More people get to play the game, more people have more access to it. Your core gamers still get it on Xbox Game Pass and PC Game Pass, and the people who will not want to play it on Game Pass or on Xbox will still be able to buy it for full price, $70 on PlayStation, and Xbox will be making a lot of money off of that because they will be collecting a lot of revenue off of PlayStation. But this video isn't talking about how Xbox is making deals and making moves in the industry to maximize revenue. It's about how they lost their identity with a console, with a certain brand, with things like the Master Chief and Halo. Yes, Halo is reinventing itself into Unreal Engine 5, in my opinion, to make it easier to port to the PlayStation 5. Phil Spencer came out and said that there was no red line on a certain game that could go to the PlayStation. Literally anything could go. And in my opinion, everything will go at some point. We will be seeing Gears of War in the future on the PlayStation 5. I feel like we'll see Forza. We've seen Sea of Thieves, which is arguably their biggest game right now, and we will 100% be seeing Halo on the PlayStation 5 in the future. And unless you're one of the loser console warriors on Twitter that really does care about this, it's nothing but a positive, honestly. More people get to play more games. Now, of course, if you did go out and buy this hardware for those games, and you would not have bought it if the games would have come to PlayStation, I feel bad for your purchase. I do. It's kind of annoying that they sold you on an exclusive, and it's kind of false marketing, especially with The Outer Worlds 2, how they announced it as a console exclusive. So if you did buy an Xbox specifically for The Outer Worlds 2, and now it's going to PlayStation, a console say you might have already owned or would have bought instead, you know what? That's pretty fucking annoying, I'm not gonna lie. But unfortunately, it is the way that Microsoft is moving forward in the industry. They're pushing for more players, they're pushing for more revenue, and less walls to tear down in order to have a player play their game. They would rather you in a subscription service than you buying the console. They would rather you in a subscription service than you even outright buying the game. It doesn't matter to them anymore, and I guarantee if they could put Xbox Game Pass on PlayStation, they would have done it already. And I guarantee if they could put Xbox Game Pass on Steam, without Steam, having a big share of the revenue from that, they would have already put it on Steam. They want that service everywhere. I bet if they could put it on the Nintendo Switch, they would have put it on the Switch. They want it in as many places as possible to maximize revenue. And unfortunately enough, that revenue from Game Pass is slowing down every single year. Yes, Xbox Game Pass to this day is still the best deal in gaming, and yes, it is still very worthwhile to get if you are not new to the Xbox ecosystem, or if you just want a ton of games to play. Still, right now, I'm still playing Stalker 2, I'm still playing Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, I still have a ton of other games I still have to get to at some point through the third-party releases that they keep circling in and out. There's a lot there, but at some point, those new subscribers are going to dry up and you're just going to have concurrent subscribers. So they need to maximize revenue with PlayStation sales, PC sales, mobile sales, and just expand. And we've seen PlayStation moving in this as well. They've been moving to PC, they've been pushing for mobile, they're doing all of this as well with the rehash of PS Now or PS Plus that they did a few years back. That was in direct competition to Xbox Game Pass. You cannot tell me any different. It's just really unfortunate to see a brand has fallen so far from grace, especially one that a lot of people might hold dear to them. The brand that would make those funny commercials of a, Spartan blowing up a fridge when promoting their Xbox 360 to go along with the Windows 7 PC, to showing now your phone is an Xbox, or anything with a screen really that has access to the internet is an Xbox. There's no more brand identity, there's no console identity. It's just another piece of hardware that they're selling along, instead of say something like the PlayStation 5, which has those exclusive games. And even if it does go to PC, yes, you want to play them on a console, that's it. That's your selling point. If you want to play God of War Ragnarok on a console, you have to play it on the PlayStation 5. And if you don't like that, you're out of luck. Microsoft has realized, well, let's give them that option, right? They're not going to buy the console anyway. Let's sell them the game. And I feel like Sony will move forward with that, but that will also be a loss on their identity. I don't think Sony will ever put big games like Uncharted or Last of Us or God of War on the Xbox console, but Xbox will most likely put Halo, Gears, Forza on the PlayStation. In the end, it's Xbox's own fault if they lose their brand identity. They've been pushing for multi-platform for a third-party company. I wouldn't be surprised, even though Xbox has stated that they want to move further in hardware, if they just abandon it altogether and just go full software. Microsoft, as in software, is a software company. That's what they do best. I won't be surprised if Xbox just turns into that. But thank you all for watching this video. If you did enjoy, consider leaving a like, sharing, commenting, and subscribing if you so choose to. Thank you all for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.